Good morning, everyone. How are y'all doing today?
Wonderful.
Mediocre.
Great. So I need to ask you guys a question. How many of you in this room have drank alcohol before or known someone who has drinking alcohol? Okay. How many of you have ever smoked a cigarette or know someone who smokes cigarettes? Okay. So why is it that harmful drugs and substances like these are allowed, but things like marijuana, which has never killed a single person, might I add, are not legal in the United States? Well, I'm going to tell you some reasons why marijuana should be legalized in the United States. First of all, marijuana has never killed a single death, while alcohol, according to the World Health Organizations, has killed millions of people around the world. Cigarettes, which are being sold to 18-year-olds, some of which are still in high school, are responsible for lung cancer, emphysema, other sorts of diseases that can kill you. Marijuana can cause emphysema, lung cancer, just as cigarettes do, but marijuana can also cure some types of cancers, schizophrenia, chronic headaches. So why is it that marijuana, who has some health benefits other than tobacco, are not legal in the United States? Marijuana has been proven to, in the Netherlands, they did a study where they legalized marijuana, and it showed after 10 years that people actually stopped smoking it as regularly as they were. So once they legalized it 10 years afterwards, people stopped smoking marijuana more than they did before, so the rates went down. Why is this? Well, Americans should know this. Whenever we put a ban on alcohol, what did we do? We went crazy. Prohibition happened. When you tell people they can't have something, they want it even more. Now, marijuana is not legal in the United States in most parts, but how many of you know someone who has ever smoked marijuana? Okay. So, if you need more reasons why, let me tell you. Economically, since Colorado has legalized marijuana in 2014, their economy has skyrocketed, literally. Colorado made $60 million from marijuana sales just last year. Now, according to USA Today, 40 million of that 60 million goes towards public education for their schools. Building new schools, fixing roofs, new books, you know the drill. Which I think is absolutely awesome, that we can use something like that to fix our education system. Also, since they legalized marijuana in Colorado, they're at an all-time low of fatal highway accidents, which I actually thought was really shocking, but it's true. If you're still not convinced, marijuana is the drug cartel's biggest drug that they sell. So if you get rid of that, they're not going to have as big an influence, as big a power in the United States. More people aren't going to just go buy heroin and cocaine off the streets. More people would be more likely to buy marijuana, so it would get rid of drug cartel activity. In Colorado, since they legalized marijuana, the cartel and crime rates have dropped drastically. Also, think about this. Out of 872,000 arrests that were made last year for marijuana charges, 775,000 of those were just for possession. So 775,000 people are locked up in prison just for having marijuana on their persons. Now these people are locked up with murderers and rapists and other criminals. And each person that gets put in the system costs that state thousands of dollars to take care of. So that's 775,000 people that we could use to get out of prison, take that money to use it for our public education, our highways, because we need it for our infrastructure, to make our state a better place. Also, I feel like it will give our police officers more time to do their job. Instead of using their resources to hunt down people smoking marijuana, they can use their resources to do better things, like go after murderers, thieves, you name it. And that is my presentation on why marijuana should be legalized in the United States. And I want to say, before I end that since the Netherlands legalized marijuana, crime rates in their country has dropped as well. So it's not just Colorado, but it's the Netherlands that have dropped their crime rates as well. There are 7 new states that are thinking about legalizing marijuana. That is Florida, Ohio, Massachusetts, New York. Those are just a few of the states that are thinking about legalizing marijuana. So they are saying that if you're going to run for president in the 2016 election, you need to be supporting the legalization of marijuana, because those are some very big swing states, because California is thinking about legalizing too. So, thank you guys very much.
How do you feel about, you know how it's legal in Colorado? Legal by state, but not legal by federal law.
Correct.
How do you,
I feel like each state should have the right to choose. So yeah. Any other questions for me?
Why did you choose this topic?
That's not a question you ask.
Well, Kalina.
I didn't ask.
Oh, and by the way, I have a lot of new friends now.
One of my professors is in charge of the drug policy club here, and he sent us to some speeches for extra credit, and I actually really enjoyed them. And I honestly do believe that legalizing marijuana could really take some states out of debt economically. I think it's a great economic decision, and I also think it's going to be really good for our prisons. We lock up a lot of people who I really don't think deserve it.
Do you think children should have access to marijuana?
No, I think the age should be 18 or 21. Because, I mean, cigarettes are legal at 18. Like, I went to school with people as seniors that had cigarettes, and they're way worse for you than marijuana is.
did you know that medically they don't, it's not like a big thing that they give people marijuana and like smoke it, they give them pills and then you have the THC. You didn't know that.
Interesting little factoid. It actually is not illegal to have it. You just have to have a license for it. But in order to get the license, you have to already have it and go present it. And it's kind of a double catch.
And Chris, how would you know that? Out of all
You
the
worked with the
factoids.
I also know that it only takes 5 pounds of force to rip off the human ear. I just know interesting facts.
Those are the laws in Texas?
That's, I want to say that it's the law in Texas, and I want to say that it's the law in America. Is how it's actually done. And by the way, I did a drug research project in high school, so no. Not what you think. I didn't say anything.
Because I know in Texas they don't even endorse it for medical use at all.
Right.
There's very few states that even do it for medical use.
We have Robin and then Kalina.
Do you think that enough studies have been done on it to go full-blown recreational?
I honestly do. I've read just from my research 10 or 15, and there are way more. Yes.
I want to say that your statistic about the jails was interesting because when our mayor lady, I can't remember her name right now.
Anise Parker?
Yeah, her. When she came to the school in 2012, she was talking about because I guess Houston has some of the most overcrowded jails in the nation. And I forget what the statistic was, but she said the majority of it was because people had been arrested for marijuana possession. And she was talking about how pointless it was because it was just flooded. We didn't have any place to put people who had committed actual crimes because there were so many people there just for having marijuana.
We could honestly save so much money releasing them, because we have to pay so much to keep them in prison, each person. It's ridiculous. It's like thousands of dollars a year just for one person. And that many people in just the nation, like our state is huge, so especially in Houston, I feel like they'll really benefit us. I also read a fact about how in Texas, we only have 7 bridge inspectors for the whole state. So, in our whole state, we only have 7 bridge inspectors. I feel like we could use that money to hire more, because we need them, to check our bridges and stuff, because our infrastructure is not that great.
You have one more and then we'll finish up.
This is just not fine. I just want your opinion on this. How do you feel that marijuana will, or has an effect on the short-term memory?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. That's an opinion though.